Oh, what did I say? Hold on, I gotta wait for this idiot over here to bury his poop.
Could I use that as the intro?
I don't
I gotta wait for this idiot over here to bury his poop.
Ridge Runner Nation, we are back and better than ever with a new edition of the Weekly Rundown. I'm your better host, John Dolovecki.
And I'm your better host, Wesley Harton. What are we talking about this week, John?
All right, this week on the show, we have virtual races. That's it. That's all that happened, folks. Actually, we'll have a look at some of your amazing activities in the world of Strava, some news we found from around the web, Ridge Runner Nation's brand new Dog of the Year award. So let's cut the chit chatter and get started with the legend known as Barty.
Barty was back at it again. This is just getting ridiculous. 487 straight weeks. But the most interesting part was that he ran this on a Tuesday. For those of you that follow the Barty Streak closely, you would know that a majority of his runs are completed on Monday or later in the week. He decided to take an extra day after completing the Iron Furnace Trail Run virtual race over the weekend. Tuesdays count just the same as Mondays, Barty. Well done, and we'll see you next week.
Over the last week, individuals signed up for the Iron Furnace Trail Run have been hitting the trails, getting their 4.5 or 13.1 mile race in. Some of those who are close made it down to the actual course and got their respective runs in, while others ran where it was most convenient and safe for them to do so. One runner even ran into Bigfoot. Can't say I'm totally surprised, but I thought Bigfoot was more located in the Pacific Northwest. While we don't have time to highlight every single accomplishment from this event, we did want to make a short montage from some of the best things that we saw from this virtual race. Take a look. I love how we've been able to adapt to events out of our control so quickly. Virtual races have been a thing for quite some time, but for obvious reasons, recently the number has skyrocketed. If you're a race director and you want to get your runners' achievements still highlighted on the show, please send an email to theridgerunners@gmail.com and we will work with you to make that happen.
Yeah, John, I think it's kind of funny. When we did our rebrand a couple weeks ago, the biggest thing people noticed was that it was spelled with one N. Like, people just always assumed it was two N's before, and no one's like, has it always been one N in there? Yes, it's always been one N since the beginning. It's a personal choice, despite some people's hatred for it, Jonathan. But other than that, one N, guys. Recently, we've been seeing more photos of dogs on Strava, and this got us thinking of the best idea we've honestly ever had on the show, and that was to have a Ridge Runners Dog of the Year award. Up to this point, we have 3 amazing dogs in the running. The Ridge Runners OG dog, like the original back in the day, the dog that was only featured on the show for so many weeks in a row, Solomon the trail dog. I mean, just look at him eyeing down those 2 deer, him sitting and running on the beach and just chilling, doing his thing. He definitely has some fierce competition though as he goes up against Chase Engler's dog, who we still need to learn the name of, but nevertheless, he's still looking good himself. One of the best dogs that we've seen this year is Twigs. Gabe Rainwater's dog is not going down without a fight. This dog being around Gabe all the time has to be the toughest dog and have the toughest mentality of all dogs in the world. I mean, just an absolute beast when it comes to all things dog. I know I only said there's 3 dogs earlier, but we had to include this one. The new kid on the block, he definitely has my heart right now. He has a day rebranded after him. On the day that this is being filmed and released, hopefully, Fitz Friday is taking over the world. What I love about him most is that he is versatile. Cute, but not afraid to look like a washed up OU alumni after too many rum and cokes. We'll be on the lookout adding more dogs to the ballot by the end of the year. Let us know if you want to see monthly updates from these dogs.
So if you're part of the trail enthusiast group for Burning River on Facebook, you may have seen a 5-minute video from good friend of the show, Chadwick Robinson. Really don't know what to say about this, but take a watch.
It's time. This is where Tim Crow was born back in 1863. He was conceived as a young man right after Abraham Lincoln. So goes out to Michael Owen. Joey football. Joey football. Here you go, Wesley. It's your little dance. Hey, John. Alex Jackson, what do you do really hurt at Shawnee trying to beat 47-year-olds? I never forget about you, Cam. Are you going to the bathroom again? Oh, yeah, you're in there. Number 10. Where's our number 11 now? Going number 2. Randy, you still wearing those Nikes on the trails? Really? Nikes? Send that crap back already. You trying to be Michael Jordan or something? You are pretty good. You deserve to wear them.
Oh, that was great. Chadwick's just taking shots at many of the members in the group, providing some laughs for everyone. You guys need to check out the full video. We'll put it in the description below, along with a link for the club on Facebook. Thanks as always for keeping us entertained, C-Rob. Many of you have seen the image from this article sweeping the web, and I'd guess many of you have also read the associated article. The original article was posted in a Belgian newspaper based on a white paper written by a team of engineers and sports aerodynamic researchers from Belgium and the Netherlands. This white paper is not a study and has not been peer-reviewed. The article discusses how the 6-foot social distance guidelines might not be enough for different types of exercise. They utilized computer simulations to show how the spread of droplets might occur in air. While this is an interesting topic and further study of the topic is probably warranted, the article faced a lot of criticism from other areas in the scientific community. One specialist in microbiology said that a computer simulation couldn't actually depict the spread of a virus as there are too many variables to account for. So with that being said, make sure you take everything with a grain of salt that you read on the internet. Might not always be true.
Are you all caught up on our Ridge Runners live shows?
No.
Oh, well, if you aren't, head over to YouTube or Apple Podcasts. These have been an absolute blast talking to everyone from around Ridge Runner Nation. With that being said, we've had a couple requests to open up the nominations for these shows again. If you know someone who would make a great guest on the show, nominate them at the link in the description below, and we'll make sure to reach out to them.
I want to be on the show, Wesley.
John, you are on the show already.
Oh, I am?
You are. I don't know if you haven't been there physically, but you've been there recently. So, yeah.
I wasn't there last time.
Anyone but John can nominate themselves.
Now for our Strava rundown. Remember, if you want to get noticed on the rundown, join the Ridge Runners Club on Strava by visiting that link in the description below. And Wesley, didn't you do the wave last week?
John, this is the worm, not the wave. Totally.
What's the difference?
Different type of motion. One side to side and one's like a vertical. Nate Turner went speeding by his Peeps over the weekend. Let's get this on the record. Those Peeps candy things suck. John, what are your thoughts?
They are terrible and only good for a microwave.
What happens if you put them in a microwave?
Wesley, have you never done this? Did you not have a childhood?
I definitely was not putting stuff I thought I shouldn't put in a microwave.
You need to go buy some Peeps and put them in the microwave.
I bet my
get back to us.
Roommates would love that. Might clean the microwave a little bit actually, but nevertheless, Nate took some awesome photos out on his run. Great stuff, Nate.
It appears that Zac Arnold ran 2 virtual races with one effort, which I'm not sure should be allowed. He took first overall in South Hills Marathon and second overall in the Arnold Bros Marathon.
I'm all about marathons that are named Bros. Like, that's just awesome. I'm here for it. John?
Okay. Super impressive amount of vert as well. Nearly 5,000 of elevation gain. Great work, Zack.
Zack Gable has been on an absolute tear recently. He said that he needed a break from binge watching Hot Ones. Does anyone know what that is? Is that like a new flaming hot Cheeto or something? Like, what is that?
Wesley, are you... What?
Come on.
Have you really not seen the show?
No. I've never even heard of the show.
Alright, you need to go watch it because you're about to lose days of your life.
How do I watch it? Like cable TV or hooked up to the antenna?
YouTube,
It's on YouTube.
our own very platform that we're on right now.
Wow, we're on YouTube? Oh yeah, Ridge Runners, right? On YouTube.
Wesley, are you drunk?
I am not drunk. I am very sober for this episode. But nevertheless, I didn't want to do this to you, Ben, but Ben was one of the people that got me heated last week during my OCP rant when he ranked OCP 6th on the list out of the 9 foods that could have been chosen. Yes, I'm still not over this. Nevertheless, Ben, you were flying on your run. You've been crushing it of late, like you are known to do. Awesome work.
Jared Heights set out and got an FKT over the weekend. He ran the Logan Trail in the Tar Hollow State Forest. This loop looks absolutely brutal. I believe Richard Combs has been recruiting people to run this epic loop recently on every single Facebook page that has runner anywhere associated with it. I cannot wait to give it a try. Awesome job, Jared.
All right, I'm not even gonna mention who took these photos. Just stop what you're doing, outside of breathing, and just take a look. Are you kidding me right now? Come on. Jessica Kopowitz has been crushing runs and the Strava photo game recently. Just unbelievable photos, Jessica, and awesome runs. Keep it up.
It's been a minute since this name has been mentioned on our show, and we missed the Troy Tracker segment dearly. But Troy Allen reminded us today that it is still, in fact, cold on top of the mountains. These photos are absolutely stunning. Troy needs to do some live streaming of these runs or something, because I can't imagine anyone else is getting better views than these right now. I hope all is well, Troy.
Robert Hill got after it this weekend at the Delaware Water Gap, east of New York City. Well, not actually east, I think it's west. East of New York City is like the Marine Golf Course or something like that. But it's north of Philadelphia, that's all I know for sure. This spot looks epic for trail running. I cannot wait for this to all clear up so I can get out to this spot. The pictures were great. Well done, Robert.
Jeff Addy lit the Strava world on fire with this photo, an Elvis run. We don't even know what to say about this, but Will claimed the king is back, and it is hard to argue with that. I wouldn't even know what to do if I saw that on my run. I may just retire. Awesome stuff, Jeff.
Heidi Shaw had an epic run over the weekend entitled Tired Legs Equals Better Outlook. This is a great mindset. She claimed that she was missing her ladies, the Trail Sisters, but felt close to them by being out on the trail. Great run, Heidi.
And with that, thanks for tuning into this week's rundown from the Ridge Runners. Be sure to check back next week to stay updated on all things trail and ultra, mostly east of the Mississippi.
And Nick Foss.
In addition, subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell below if you want to be notified every time we release a new video. And if you enjoy our shows, give it a share with your friends and hit that like button along the way. I'm your writer host, John Dolovacki.
I'm your better host, Wesley Harton.
And we'll see you next week on the Weekly Rundown.